I just had an amazing coaching call with a longtime client. He is an executive of about a $40 million company. And the work that we're doing is really about story work. And in our last 45 minutes together, we went through four major issues. So I don't have time to go through everything that we went through, but I wanted to come on here and share the insights that I shared with him that I know are going to be helpful to you as well. I wanted to go ahead and share with you the steps that you can take to keep your stories in check, because we all have them. We all create them. I'm a master storyteller, and I have so much work to do on myself regarding this, which is probably one of the reasons why I love working on this with clients, because we often teach what we need to master, right? So this is something that I'm passionate about. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've created 4 or 5 steps that you can use to really dismantle the suffering that you're causing for yourself through your own storytelling. So the first thing is to recognize that it is a story, that this is a tape that plays in your head and it grows and gets more and more detailed every single time that you play it. The second thing, when you realize that you're creating a story, is you want to ask yourself, what feelings is this generating in me? We have to remember that emotions are energy in motion, and your story is feeding your emotions and vice versa. So when you get yourself all riled up because of a story that you're creating in your head, you're actually adding to the story and you're deepening your negative emotions about what you think is actually happening, okay? A third thing that we can do to dismantle the power of the stories in our head is to recognize that your ego is part of the story, and nothing good comes from leading with ego, right? So it's stepping back and saying, why is this story getting under my skin? It's usually because it's related to your ego. The fourth thing is to know that every story has a fact buried somewhere deep inside of it. So we want to connect with the fact of the story, which are embedded, and we want to be able to focus on that, because we are almost always causing our own suffering when we mitigate the fact behind the story and we focus on the fantasy behind the story. And the thing is, the distance between the fact in our story and the story itself, it grows every time we tell the story. So when you're in a place where you're kind of feeling really riled up and you've been upset by a situation, this is the time to step back, to breathe, to just take stock of what you may be telling yourself about a situation and go through these steps, making the awareness of it, asking yourself what you're feeling and what feelings are being generated, what emotions are being generated, recognizing that the story is feeding the emotion and the emotion is feeding the story. Recognize that your ego is involved in this story, and nothing good comes from when we lead from a place of ego. Connect with the facts of the story and focus on that. And remember that the distance between the fact and the story will continue to grow more and more as you tell the story. And remember that you can actually stop the story and stop the tape playing in your head at any moment when you choose to disengage from the story. So hopefully what I've provided you, the framework for how you can kind of identify your stories and keep the stories in check, will help to bring you a little bit more peace as you move through your day.